The September edition Love Cape Ann podcast. Welcome back. I'm Ken Reel, CEO of the Cape Ann Chamber of Commerce, and back with us today are
Tony Sapienza from the Blue Shutters Beachside and chairman of the Tourism Council for the Chamber.
And next year's presidente.
And next year's president.
I was going to
yes.
add that, but you beat me to it. Thank
and
you.
Kerry McKenna, Director of Events at the Cape Ann Chamber of Commerce.
Events. That is a major topic of conversation today as we take a quick look back at Events Month here in August, and then take a look forward in what's going on in September. So let's do a quick rundown. What a busy month it is here. What a beautiful month, and the weather could not have been better, including this weekend for Schooner Festival.
Yeah, it's been
perfect.
Great. It's been great. It's been a very eventful August, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. We started off with Festival by the Sea in beautiful Manchester by the Sea, and it was great.
What a great way to kick off the month.
And, yeah, it was wonderful. We had
a few thousand people
there. A lot of folks there. And,
yep.
Everything went well. Went very nicely.
And people don't realize. You get to an event like that and you see all these vendor tents set up and you see the food and you hear the music. It's like, wow, this is really neat. It just kind of happens. It's like, they don't realize there's like
all the work that goes into it.
months of planning that goes into those kinds of events. And it's kudos to you, Kerry, for really leading those events.
It was a great day. It was
really a wonderful way to kick off the summer in August.
It was beauteous. And then also on that day in Gloucester, we had Gloucester Rock on the Water. And this was the first time we've had this event. It wasn't a chamber event. When I say we, I mean the community. And hopefully they'll be back next year and give it another go. And then we also had, that same week, we did a schooner adventure trip with the Next Gen group, and they had a good time out there. They went out into Ipswich Bay, I believe, and they were able to do a little roundabout there. And this is great. This is our young professionals group that they've been together now for over 2 years, and they're really, really gaining some steam and some momentum here. And it's great. They've got several things planned over the year. They've got some great thoughts on next year, and I think it's great. I think it's really cool to get this next generation of business leaders together and involved. And I'm going to hand it to them. They're doing a great job.
Absolutely. I don't think we've ever seen the Next Gen group as active as this group has been over the past year. So it's been fantastic. And, congratulations to them.
We also, that same day, there was a contractors meeting at Grand Banks, and I believe it was a marketing presentation.
Yep, by Christine Armstrong. She's on our board, Armstrong Brand Consulting. She did a great job in sort of introducing marketing fundamentals 101. And then we had a few of our contractors who are part of our core planning group talk about what they're doing in marketing. And again, what we're trying to do there, just like we are with our Next Geners and some of our other key categories, is get these businesses together and kind of network within their own social circles and also have a topic, an educational topic where they can learn as part of the event. And so there's been a few of those already this year, and that group is also gaining some momentum. So kudos to Grand Banks for hosting us and for several others that get together with us monthly just to plan the quarterly get-togethers.
It's such a great idea to have these subset groups kind of get together and meet and be able to kind of kibitz together and network together. And
it's together. One of the great benefits of chamber membership is the opportunity to network with your colleagues and to share ideas and to share questions. And we've seen it happen again and again, and it's great to see it happen with the contractors.
And in these sort of categorical networking forums, they're not limited to just chamber members. Right. We invite others to participate and kind of check out what's going on here, and then we'll talk to you at some point in the future about all the great reasons to join the Cape Ann Chamber of Commerce.
Yep, very good, very good. And we also had our second block party of the year on August 10th, and that was a fabulous night, big smash downtown.
And the new feature for that block party was
the beer garden.
Beer garden, Bank Gloucester Beer Garden. Thank you, Bank Gloucester, for helping us to put that on. That was a lot of fun, and we'll be looking to do similar kinds of things like that next year and in the future.
Yeah, that was great. A lot of fun on that one. That day was also the Blues Fest in town, and I know they had a great day.
Yep, they did very well again.
Yep, again, not our event, but great community event, and they've certainly got a nice following here in Cape Ann.
Yeah, I think this is like year 7 or year 8 for them.
It's
been going on for quite a while now.
I think it's 8 actually, but yeah.
And we have, people from from Maine and New Hampshire who came to the Blue Shutters And they came to Gloucester and Cape Ann expressly for the Blues
Yeah.
That's
Festival in
great.
this case
That's
here.
great.
And we see that
Yeah.
every weekend for
Yep.
a lot of the events that we're
That's
having.
really great to hear, Tony, because part of the reason that we put on these kinds of events is to help out local business. And so it's really great to hear from you, specifically that people are staying with you.
I am
and
a poster
enjoying.
child for that.
That's right, your tourism hat there. Also that day was Lobster Fest in Rockport, where they had Illumination Weekend, and they had the fireworks that night, and that,
Huge
I understand,
weekend.
was a great,
Yep,
great event.
fireworks were incredible.
I
The
heard they were
lobster's always
fantastic.
fun.
Yeah, yeah, they do a good job with those. We also had a multi-chamber event at Peabody, Essex, with several of the chambers on the North Shore, and that was with Globe Media, and they were introducing some new folks there, and that was a lot of fun. It's such a beautiful venue.
Yeah,
over
there were upwards of
Peabody.
200 people there with 5 different chambers, including, of course, Cape Ann, I think North Shore, Beverly, Salem, and
Peabody.
I'd be Peabody, yeah. It was really a very nice event. Of course, the Peabody Essex Museum is such an incredible
It is
venue.
such a great venue.
So
Really
it
a lot
was
of
nice
fun.
to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And
it's
when
very
all
good.
those chambers get together, they must look to the Cape Ann Chamber with great. They must be very jealous of us.
They do
Since they're
now.
doing a fantastic job. So we heard some news this month, did we not, about Cape Ann Chamber?
We did hear some
Yeah.
news, Tony. I'm so pleased you brought that up. That the Cape Ann Chamber has moved up in its ranking in the chambers of the Commonwealth to from number 8 to number 5 in terms of our membership size, which is fantastic, and really we're so thankful to our members and the entire business community for supporting us. And the larger that we are, the better that we can support our members
Yeah.
and the community at large. So it's a great tribute, to the board, to the team, and to
And
our,
to you,
our
Ken,
membership.
great work on your part for leading
pleasure.
us, making sure this all
Absolutely.
happens. So
Yeah.
fantastic news.
Yeah,
But anyway,
really
I
very good.
digress. Sorry about that.
No, it's a great accolade, and thank you for pointing it out. We also did a business women's sunset sale on Schooner Adventure, and that was a lot of fun. That was 16
That always
women.
was a lot of fun. It's always a sellout.
Captain Stefan is like, he hasn't done it the last 2 years. I think we scared him 3 years
Oh,
ago
really?
with- I'm kidding, but he hasn't. He actually said that night that he wished he could. He'd rather be sailing, but he had a lot going on. I
Yeah.
don't know, though. I think he was a little worried about these ladies getting out of hand.
And again, just a beautiful night.
it was
Every
gorgeous.
single day
And, yeah,
and
we were
evening
able to
event has
sail
just
and-
been perfect.
It was fun.
Knock on wood.
That's that's a wonderful event, and obviously Schooner Adventure does a great job with everything that they do, all of their sails and excursions, as do Lannon and Ardell, all of our schooners. August 17th and 18th, we had the Waterfront Festival, and in my estimation, Saturday was the largest festival that we've had since I've been here, 6 years of doing it, and I think there were more people there than ever, and it was such a perfect day for a festival. It was overcast, and
Yeah.
nobody wanted to go to the beach. They wanted something to do, so they came to Stage 4 Park,
Right.
and it was really phenomenal.
Which is funny
It was
when you
great.
say a perfect day for a festival
For-
like that,
Yeah.
overcast, which is exactly what it needs to
Yeah.
be when people are out just kind of walking around and shopping and kind
It
of
was
hanging out
great.
there, not at the beach.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, look at the Blue Shutters is right there in Good Harbor Beach. We're perfect for beach goers. But there are days when it's
Yeah.
not so great for beach
Right.
goers, and it's great that we have
Other
events like
things.
this and
Sure.
festivals like
Yeah.
this. And the people who did it weren't unhappy. I would
Good.
tell you honestly, they get a lot out of the festival and what they saw there. Not only that festival, but some of the other events.
That's great.
But that one in particular, you're right. It was a perfect
That's
day
it. It
to not
was.
be at the beach.
We had a lobster bake inside of a beer garden that we had going there, and it was just a lot of fun. Ipswich Clam Bake did a fabulous job with doing the lobster bake, and Ipswich Ale was there with their truck, and a lot of fun. It was definitely a lot of fun. And
I
then
think there were
Sunday
upwards
was
of
nice.
50,000 people there.
I think it was 100,000. We
Is that a
need
little
50.
high?
Yeah, just a little high. But regardless, it was very crowded, and I think everybody was enjoying themselves,
Agreed.
which was fun. And we had our Business After Hours, which is our monthly networking event. This past month, it was at the Village in Essex, and that was great.
Yeah, it's
They're
always
doing
a
a
good
great
crowd.
job there.
Mhm.
Been open for about a year now under the new ownership, and they're killing it. They're really doing a great job there.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. In our little community, we always get a great turnout there, so
Yeah.
it's nice to see everybody.
Yeah.
And then the talk of the town was last weekend, Riverfest. Again, we were one of the sponsors, but we weren't. It was not our event, but man, they killed it. That was wonderful. 92.5 did a great job and hopefully they'll be back next year.
A lot of
Bigger and
planning went
better.
into that event. The layout of the park and all the parking
so
plans
well
and the
organized.
promotion.
Yeah,
Really
it was
was.
so
It
well
Kudos to
organized.
was. It was
Donald
a
and his
beautiful
team.
setting.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't speak to what they've done in past years
Yeah.
in Newburyport, but this was a perfect setting for this particular festival.
Absolutely.
Everybody I saw not only was impressed with the numbers, but also the people who just seemed to be very happy,
Everybody
in a
was
great
happy.
mood. Everybody was happy, exactly.
Yeah, and there was no problems. A little bit of parking, some ticketing and whatnot, but no criminal activity, like no troubles. It was
Yeah.
wonderful.
And
with
even
that
the people
number of
who had to stroll down the boulevard in order
Yeah.
to get to Stage 4
Right.
Park. I mean, the harbor looked beautiful
gorgeous,
that day.
yeah.
You're walking past some beautiful homes. I think it made a very good impression on everybody who visited here. And we
think
know.
you're
I mean, you
right.
can tell by walking through the parking lot and looking at the license plate. I saw not only Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont,
Wow.
and Connecticut, but Tennessee,
Cool.
places like that where this is yet another opportunity for us to showcase what's
Yeah.
so great about Cape Ann.
Well, it really was a fabulous day, and Guster was phenomenal. They were really, really good. And I had heard through the grapevine, through different people who had met with them this while they were staying here, that they were just really cool guys, very down to earth,
Nice.
and they were so happy to be here in Gloucester, and we were just blown away by the venue itself and how beautiful it was, and they were pretty funny. They made up a couple of songs on the fly, which.
Oh, did they really?
Yes, Yellow Man on the Rock. Did you hear them doing that? They had the police officers were up on the rock there, and they had yellow vest on. They started singing "Yellow Man on a Rock,"
Oh, good.
and it was very funny.
And I think he was trying to be discreet, actually.
I think he
up there,
was
yeah.
until he started waving to the crowd when he realized that everybody was turning and pointing at him and screaming at him.
That's
and,
funny. And
yeah,
again, just a perfect weather day.
it was great.
Concert.
And then we had this past week on Monday we had the Cape Ann license plate low number.
Are we still in
auction
August?
kickoff. We still are. in
Holy
August, yeah. We
smokes.
got a little more to go too. So yes, we're doing a live auction. Ken, don't know if you want to take it from there.
I'd be
That-
pleased to talk about that for a
There you
minute.
go.
So the Cape Ann license plate is managed by the Cape Ann Community Foundation, and separate board of directors and a separate set of financials. And basically, their mission is to manage the proceeds from the license plate, help to promote it, help to put more plates on the road. And this is the second annual low number Cape Ann license plate auction. Last year, about 33 low number plates from 1 to 100 were sold, raising over $80,000 in proceeds, which go back to the Cape Ann nonprofits and education organizations. And this year, we're looking to do the same. So we had to kick off, as you said, Kerry, at Yellow Grill, which is really a fun place, and it was great to put a spotlight on them.
Yeah.
Right on the boulevard there.
They're doing
They've done
great.
so much
Yeah.
with what was Morning Glory, and kudos to them for all the hard work
Yeah.
they put in there, and for allowing us to do our launch event there. And so the online auction, it can be found at lovecapeann.com, and it goes through September 9th. So check it out if you want a low number plate. Number 1 is gone, but number 2 and many, many other plates are still available. So check it out.
Bid high and bid often.
Yes, indeed.
And then we have the final event for us is tomorrow night. We've got the block party, which is the opening of
Yeah.
Skinnerfest weekend.
Yeah, that's
Woohoo.
the
Hard to
entree in,
believe.
and
It's
the
hard
mayor's
to believe.
reception,
Yeah.
and here we go right into Labor Day weekend, the
gonna be a
grand
fun
finale.
weekend, that's
Oh,
for
it
sure.
really is going to be fun. And again, the weather looks really
Yeah, I
good,
know.
so
It's gonna be great.
we've lucked out. It's going to be fun.
Then it's on to September, and our first big event not even big, but our first event in September will be a seminar that we're doing on the paid family medical leave, which is such a hot topic right now. A lot of great information. We're going to be having Lori Labrie from Integrated Human Resources on board to kind of explain it all to business owners and to employees alike.
It affects everybody.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Either as a business owner of a larger business, there'll be a deduction that you're going to have to be aware of. As a smaller business employee, there'll be a deduction from your paycheck that you need to be informed of
Yeah.
by your business or management, and so it really does impact everybody. And this is a great opportunity to inform our business community as to how this works. So we're looking forward to that seminar.
Yeah, and that's you can just call the chamber and get on that list. It's on September 11th, right at 33 Commercial Street, the chamber office. But we'll be in the Endicott College space for
Yeah,
that.
and another wonderful benefit of chamber membership is seminars and workshops
Mm-hmm.
like this, kind of addressing questions and issues that some business people just don't know where to go to turn for answers and stuff like this.
This
so
is such a
it's
timely topic, and it's great to
Absolutely.
have somebody in the HR industry that really can speak to it. Kind of, yeah, I think it'd be great. That night, also September 11th, we have a business after hours. Our monthly networking event will be at Gloucester Stage. So we'll be seeing Lifespan of Effect. That's the Lindsay Krause will be in that. And they're offering us a great discount on tickets, which is really, really nice of them. We'll have an hour of cocktails and appetizers and networking beforehand, starting at 6:30. And the show starts at 7:30.
Awesome.
So that's going to be, I think, a lot of fun.
What a great venue,
Yeah.
too. It's not
It
as
is a
much
great
of a
venue.
hidden gem. It still is a gem on Cape Ann, but it really is becoming better known.
definitely
and
is,
Kudos
yeah.
to Chris Griffith
Yeah,
for
he's
coming
doing
in
a
there
great
as the
job.
interim director. He's part of our young professional group and really is doing a super job in
Yes.
promoting the theater and what they're doing there.
We have a lot going for us on Cape Ann, and that Gloucester Stage is certainly there. I mean, you talked about the schooners, yes, and talk about the waterfront, but I think places like Gloucester Stage,
Yeah.
which are so unique and so wonderful. So
It is. It's great, great
it's gonna be a great
community
night.
theater. The next night we have a great gathering. This is something that we pulled together for our auction, and we have different members of the community will offer what we are calling a great gathering. And the idea is to kind of pull people together that might not know each other, but for a night of something. This particular great gathering is put on with the Chamber, the Waring School, and Maritime Gloucester. It's going to be held at Maritime Gloucester in the Gorton's Gallery up on the top floor there. There'll be wine and beer and yummy appetizers. And we're going to be hearing from a man, his name is John Wigglesworth. He's a science and math teacher at the Waring School. And his passion and his research abilities deal with the Arctic Ocean. And he was on a research vessel in there in the Arctic Ocean recently. And it's like so far beyond me, but he's, I'm curious and I'm going to be very interested in it. He's going to be talking about global warming. He's going to be talking about the Beaufort Sea, about the shelf and the slope, and I think it's going to be very interesting.
I'm psyched. Yeah, I'm going to
Yeah.
go as well.
Fantastic.
And so we actually have several openings for that. So I'm hoping that people from the community will hear about this and come to it, because I really do think it's going to be quite an interesting talk that he's pulling
And
together.
can they sign up at capeannchamber.com?
Yep. They no, they have to call and
Okay.
do it through me.
Sign up through you?
So yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yes, which is great. If you just call the chamber or shoot me an email, Kerry at capeannchamber.com, we can take care of you on that. And then on the 19th, the Next Gen is doing their year-end, summer-end beach party at Cape Ann Motor Lodge.
Next Geners are
This
doing a lot of
is-
partying.
yeah.
Wow,
Just
have
saying.
a good time.
Okay, so let me rephrase that.
Let's
They're
say age cutoff
end
for
of
that.
summer get-together, and they're actually making this a family-friendly, which I think is really cool.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
so you can bring your little ones and be run around
Grandparents
the
too,
beach.
or-
Yeah.
Grandparents, absolutely. We'll sneak you in there, Tony, somehow.
I'm in there with you, Tony.
That'll be great. On September 24th, we've got, I think it's our second in the series this year for cake. Is it the second? It's not the
Third,
is it-
actually.
is it
Yep.
the third?
Yep, and so
Okay.
that's a discussion on local foods, which is
Yep.
going to be really fascinating. Where we're working with a professor from Babson College, and she specializes in food entrepreneurship.
That's very cool.
Of all things. And so we've invited in key representatives from important food categories, as in the farmers markets, the CSAs, the fishing community, the sellers, and also some restaurateurs. And it's really going to be a fascinating discussion as to kind of who's doing what on Cape Ann and how do we better collaborate and how do we grow that whole category.
What a perfect topic for Cape Ann. I mean, the food and restaurant
Yeah.
scene here is just so phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
And so that's September 24th, Cruiseport lower level, doors open at 5. Yeah.
Yep. And then on to October, where we have our $25,000 game on October 3rd.
That's a big one.
Thursday, first Thursday of the month.
That's our big raffle.
Yes,
Giving
that'll be
away
fun.
$25,000 that night. Top prize $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any tickets on me. Usually I do. I will next week. Best odds on Cape Ann, as we say, 12. There was 12 different levels to win. So, you know, 10,000, 5,000, 2,500, several thousands and several 500s. Great odds. And the $100 ticket admits two to the Gloucester House for a light dinner, which is always a lot of fun.
Oh,
And-
it's great. Lenny
and
does a great
standing
job
room only.
putting
Yeah,
stuff out,
it
yeah.
really is a fun evening.
Yes, yes, yes. And that's September. Although let me also mention September 18th at Jalapenos, they're doing a give back night for us, and this is for the Business Women's Group.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's 10% of all sales will go to the Carolyn M. O'Connor Scholarship Fund, which is a scholarship that we give out each year to a woman who's going back to school to better her situation. So that's September 18th. And then nothing really to do with us, but other than it'll be a nice place to visit. On September 27th, Starbucks will have their grand opening, their first day of official business. Friday,
Wow.
September 27th, and that's over at Gloucester Crossing.
That's very
Kinda
exciting.
yeah. And Home Goods, I think, is close behind in opening.
The Gloucester Crossing is looking fantastic
Mm-hmm.
now. Actually, every time I pull up there, I notice this is more and more happening.
Yeah. Yep.
And just wait until the new Y goes in
Yeah.
there and additional
It'll be a happening
retail.
part of town.
So just back to the fundraiser, Kerry. What's the just as a kind of an early heads up? What's the keynote speaker for the Business Women's Luncheon in the fall?
So that's going to be in October 10th, and that's Lindsay Krause, our Gloucester's own Lindsay Krause. So yes, you can see her at Gloucester Stage in the middle of September, and then come hear her speak
Fantastic.
in October 10th at the Beauport Hotel.
And that's usually very well attended as also, so that's going to be a nice
Yeah.
evening.
Yep.
Okay, well, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot, both what we've done this summer and what we have in front of us. Looks fantastic. We're also going to get ready to launch our 2020 publications, and so we'll be in touch with all of our membership about that and some promotional opportunities. So it's a lot going on. I think that's it for now.
That's
and
it for
we
now.
will be back
That's a
again
wrap.
next month.
It's been a great summer. Well, August was a great end to a fantastic summer, and there's still a few weeks left in September. Right?
Thank you for saying that, Tony.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's
It's gonna
not
be
say
sunny
it's
and
quite
warm.
over.
Yeah, today is a great day, and I think, as we said, the Labor Day week is going to be fantastic. And the great thing is, the people that were here, I think, not only the great weather, but also the great attractions and the activities. I can't imagine they're going to want to come back and see more,
Yeah,
not only
right.
next summer, but next fall, winter, and spring. So I think it was a great
Absolutely.
summer for
Yeah, we see a lot of
I hope
repeat
so.
visitors.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you both.
Yes.
And
Thank
we'll
you.
be back soon.
Thank you.